About a week later, they started to come around and do this thing to the brain. We were all supposed to have it done in this ward, and they came round and did it one at a time. One night, I was one of the last, and I could quite clearly see what they were doing to the others. They used to come round with these, I don't know what they were, but they looked like big pincers with wires on, and the wires were connected to a little machine. It was electric. They would hold a man down, and the chief doctor, would fix these pincers to either side of the man's skull. And this other man, who held the machine, would have to do something. I can't quite remember whether he had to press a switch or turn something. It was just a question of turning on the current, I suppose. And the chief would press these pincers to either side of the man's head, and then after a couple of seconds he would take them off again. Then they'd cover the man up, and they wouldn't touch him again till later on. Well, the night they were coming round for me, I got up and I stood against the wall, and they said, "Get on the bed." See, I knew that they couldn't do it while I was standing up, because if they did, it might break my spine. So I stood up, and one or two of them came for me. When I was a younger man then, I was a lot stronger than I am now. I was quite strong then. Then suddenly, the chief had these pincers on my head. And I knew he wasn't supposed to do it, not while I was standing up. That's why anyway, he did it. So I got out. I got out of that place. I don't think they damaged my spine. That was perfectly alright. The trouble was, my thoughts had become very slow. I just couldn't get my thoughts together. I just couldn't get it together. The trouble was, I couldn't hear what people were saying. I couldn't look to the left or to the right. I had to look straight forward, because if I did turn my head, I couldn't keep upright. I had these terrible headaches. Then I went along to see some people, but they wanted to keep me in, and I said I wasn't going in anywhere. So I couldn't work because I couldn't write. I couldn't even write my own name. So I used to sit here in my room. That was when I lived with my mother and my brother. He was younger than me. And I used to lay everything out in my room, in order. Everything I knew was mine. But I didn't die. And I never had those hallucinations anymore. And I never spoke to anyone anymore. The funny thing is, I can't remember much about what I thought or what I said before I went into that place. You see, I should have died. I should be dead. And then anyway, after a time, I started to get a bit better. And about 2 years ago, I came to live here with my brother. He had just bought this place. So I decided to have a go at decorating it. I came into this room and started to collect all the wood I needed for my shed, and all the bits and pieces that I thought might come in handy for the flat or around the house sometime. I feel much better now, but I don't talk to people like that now. And I steer clear of places like that cafe. I don't go into them now. I don't talk to anyone anymore like that. I've often thought of going back and trying to find the man that did that to me. But I want to do something first. I want to build my shed in the garden.